Hey everybody, Rochelle Plumstead here, Remax East Coast Elite. Thanks for joining me for this week's Movin Up Minute as we continue on with escalation clauses from a seller's perspective. I invite you to look at last week's video to kind of catch up. So you're a seller, you have put a seller's direction on saying that you prefer to have all of your offers on a certain date at a certain time. You receive multiple offers. You've got low offers, you've got high offers, and then you've got several of them with escalation clauses. Let's say you're listed at $299.9 and you've got 3 of them that are willing to escalate to $350. What do? Like, they're basically the same offer. They've got the same conditions, same closing date, same price. What do? What are your options? This actually happens fairly often. So as a seller, you need to decide, is there one offer that outshines the other? Perhaps they've included a letter and you want to make sure that it's a great family that gets your property. Perhaps one of them is a little bit less when it comes to conditions or inclusions. But if they're all exactly the same, you can have different options here. You could go back to all 3 of them and say, okay, so come in with your best offer without the escalation. Just give me your best offer because this is too confusing. You could pick one to work with and say, you know what, I'm going to give you the number 1 position, and number 2, I'm going to ask if you'd like to stay as a backup offer. For me, as your selling agent, as your listing agent, I would go back to the one that you choose and confirm that they're willing to go to $350. Because in the heat of the moment, people just throwing out numbers everywhere and they're so excited. But then sometimes when they win, they're like, ew, I didn't really want to pay $350. So I always confirm that first before I go back to the other 2. So again, you've got great options here. You just have to really think about it and discuss this with your realtor, because some of them might have some hidden things in there that aren't as great. $350, if you're including, half the furnishings in your house, might not be quite as enticing as one that's not including anything. So that's the best case scenario. They get 3 of them that are all very similar, really high, and you've got different options there. Next week, I'm going to go through what if you've got one that has no cap. Like, what do you do if you've got one that just says, I'm willing to escalate $5,000 over the highest offer with no maximum? What do you do then? Wishing you all a fantastic weekend. If you're moving up, moving over, moving out, you've got questions, I've got answers. See y'all next week. Bye for now.